Hello, and welcome to Debunk It, the podcast where we take a topic, take some myths, ideas, or misconceptions, and try to debunk them. I'm your host, TJ Kelly, and today I'm joined by Destiny Fazenbaker.
Thanks for having me, TJ. I've never actually had the chance to do this.
Well, then this is going to be exciting. I'm glad to have someone on for their first podcast. So, today's topic is all about color theory and technique, which is a topic I know a little bit about, but I definitely should know more. So before we get into this, I just want to remind everyone that we are not experts. Our opinions should not be taken as facts. So what can you tell me about color theory and technique?
Well, I can tell you that some people can find it relaxing and a little bit stressing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But I tend to find it more relaxing.
Yeah, I feel like it's something that I myself find relaxing. I like to do a little take the little art books where you just color in the little areas, paint by numbers, stuff like that. And it definitely takes the stress off.
Yeah, believe me. Especially if you're worried about a test or an exam or even a driver's test.
Yeah, I feel like it's something that just gets your mind off of it.
And it'll actually help you focus more on the things that you are supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like concentrating on the road.
Yeah, I actually have a friend who hates everything art. Doesn't like to draw, doesn't like to paint, doesn't like anything relating to art. So I can't imagine how they would take the stress off. Like, that's something that I can do any time to just help me relax. So, why do you think some people don't like art? Is there a reason you think?
Well, I think most people don't like art because it takes up a lot of space. Like, the materials take up a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
And the work actually takes up most of their time, which it really doesn't take up much time. It depends on, like, what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like some art can take days, but some art can be like a few minutes.
Yeah, and some art can take, like, months.
Oh, yeah.
Especially this one diamond painting I'm working on. It's like it kind of looks like the Yak, but, like, with a big waterfall.
Oh, cool. I love waterfalls. Waterfalls are one of the prettiest things in the world.
Exactly.
So what else can you tell me about color theory and technique?
Okay, the three things that we need to either prove or disprove is coloring good to relieve stress and anxiety, which most people would say yes, and other people would say, heck no, it's not worth it. But really, it is worth it because people can actually get over, like, grief and loss of a family member that they just lost, like I did on 16th of February, with the passing of my great-grandmother.
I'm sorry to hear about that. But yeah, I feel like it is something that can just take your mind off of everything happening around you and just let you focus on what you're creating. It's a little escape.
Exactly. And to be honest, some people are just plain out weirdos. With, like, one day I was coloring in one of my classes, and somebody came up to me and said, "Ew, what are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm just trying to relieve some stress. And they're like, "You're so weird."
Yeah, I feel like some people don't really understand art and how important it is.
And they don't understand, like, how important it is to some people some people on the planet, because some people actually use coloring as a ceremony or a ritual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like a lot of cultures have their own style of art that's very unique to them, and it's just a way to express themselves, and that's something very important in the world.
Like my people with the Native Americans, they use wood carvings as their form of art.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm trying to get more research on that.
Yeah, I feel like it's something important to know, other cultures' art, because it's just this universal thing. Art is just everywhere. I mean, I'm looking at a sticker right now, art on it. I'm looking at a Swiffer box, that has art on it. Everything you see is in some way related to art.
Yeah, this book has art on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything has art.
Yeah.
Like those boxes and that board and that. Like, it took art to design that.
Yeah. Everything around us needs art, and I don't know.
Including the walkie-talkies.
Yeah. Even a walkie-talkie needs art.
Everything needs art to be formed into
Yes,
reality.
It's a very important form of creativity that I feel like a lot of people don't really think about. So what else can you tell me?
Well, I found a lot of different links to different websites that people could use to learn more about it. And I've got two of them pulled up right here. It's HTTPS, the little thing that goes in between the time, and /coloringbookaddict.com/adult coloring books, top 13 tips for new coloring.
Yeah, I feel like the internet's a great source to learn more about art. Because before this, there were things like some TV shows like Bob Ross and books to learn more art. But with the internet, it's just right there in your hand. You can learn so much about art in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, and you can learn so much more, like, about the artists themselves and how they started in art and what gave them the motivation to become an artist.
Yeah, I feel like you can find biographies on anyone online. Just search up and you can find like a Wikipedia page. It can tell you all about an artist. And it's just right there in your hand. Almost everyone has a phone.
Yeah, but some people don't have money to afford it.
Yeah. So what's your final thing to prove or disprove?
Do you have to test any markers or gel pens to make sure they would work with that picture?
I feel like it's an important thing to do just in case. But I don't think that's a requirement. It's just it's a easy way just to make sure that it's going to work with what you're trying. So what can you tell me about it? What do you do personally?
Well, I've actually done a lot of like pictures with the adult coloring books. Like the one I gave you, for example.
Yeah,
it took a lot of work.
Yeah, it's very stunning. I have it in my bedroom. I put it on my little tack board.
Yeah, when I do stuff like that, it just makes me feel like I have a purpose. Like some days, I feel like I don't even have a purpose in life anymore.
Yeah, and I feel like right now, with everything happening in the world, that's a very common thought by people all around. And I feel like, you found your way. Just you found something that brings you joy, that can just take your mind off things. And I feel like that's very important. So I'm really happy that art does that for you.
Yeah, and I'm planning on actually sending a design that I am working on currently to the Apple HQ down in California, to hopefully for them to design a new iPad case.
Oh wow, that would be incredible. Well, I really hope that works out for you. It was so nice having you on. I feel like I've learned a lot about art in general.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was a real pleasure.